2020 has been a strange year, a year where we spent a lot of the time thinking about the things that we can't do rather than things we can. In 25 years' time we will look back and this will just be history. So will most of us probably. But at the same time, it is something which is going to pass. We celebrate at Christmas something which happened over 2,000 years ago, and it's something which hasn't passed. It is something which is present to us. It is Jesus, who remember is God made man, born among us, so that we would know God's love for each and every one of us. Not just for the very good, not for those who are powerful, but for the rest of us, all of us, in fact. God has love for us. And we want to share that love. And that love is therefore going to be shared at Christmas, along with all the rest of the year. But in our celebrations, whether they are in person or virtual, they are sharing God's love with others around us, particularly those that are close to us. But we should also remember those who are lonely and those who are needy in some form or other, that we also remember to share God's love, which is for all people, with those that are in need. So as we come to this Christmas, let's make a resolution that we forget about what we can't do and try to remember about what we can do. And can do is that sharing of God's love. So with myself, Father Michael, Father Peter, and all the parishioners of St. Anne's, I wish you a very, very happy Christmas and also, hopefully, a good and happy New Year.
Welcome to St. Peter's Church in Chertsey at this Christmas time. My name is Tim Hillier and I'm vicar here, and it continues to be a great privilege. Well, this Christmas will be like no other Christmas any of us can remember for a whole host of reasons. This time last year, we were getting ready to host hundreds of people over the Christmas period, but this year, that's not going to happen. There will be a much smaller number of people, and much of our worship will be streamed. But do join us. We will be streaming on Facebook Live and on YouTube throughout the season. Unfortunately, we will only be able to accommodate around 45 people at a time in each of our services. That compares with over 300 last year. But this is your parish church, and we want you to worship with us, whether it's online or whether you are joining us live. We have converted this chancel into something of a film set, and so we'll be broadcasting from here from this week onwards. So do join us. I imagine that many of us during this pandemic have been asking maybe some of those questions that we've not really asked before, as all of those certainties seem to have been stripped away. What's this life all about? What are those things that really matter in this life? Quite a lot of people have been posing these questions on online alpha courses during the last few months. And we're going to be organising another online alpha course via Zoom in January. And that's open to everyone. We're going to be advertising that quite widely on social media over Christmas and in the new year. So maybe you'd like to ask some of those big questions. Well, whatever your Christmas looks like this year, I pray that God would truly bless you and your families, whether or not you're able to meet with them or not. And on behalf of St. Peter's Church, I'd like to wish you a very, very happy Christmas.
Hello, I'm Nathan. I lead the Beacon Church in Chertsey with a great team around me. As we draw near to this Christmas season, I just want to encourage you. I want to remind you that there was a moment in history where the darkness was all around, that the light of the world stepped into our darkness. In John it says, the true light who enlightens everyone came into the world. And then later, I love the way the Message puts it, and it says the word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighbourhood. And then later in Matthew, we read how Jesus spoke to his followers and said, You are the light of the world. So there's this transference of light from him to us. And so as we draw into this Christmas time where there's lots of things sparkling and glistening that might lure people away, I encourage you to step into your darkness, into your neighbourhoods, and bring the light of Christ, bring the transforming light of Jesus into people's situations. Let me just wish you a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. Be blessed, and may you follow the Lord Jesus closely. Thank you. Bye-bye.